St Andrew Station. Doors will open on left.
Good evening, everyone. It is Friday, July 30th. The time is 6:13 p.m. and the temperature is around 21 degrees Celsius. And that was St Andrew subway station. And this here is University Avenue. And there's a look to the south. And for this one, I'll be heading over to the Toronto SkyDome. And that's where the Toronto Blue Jays are playing their first game here in Toronto since September 29th, 2020. So that marks a period of 670 days since they last played here. And typically when I take the subway to go to a Blue Jay game, I would either get off here at St Andrew Station or at Union Station. There's an excited Blue Jay fan up ahead there. I do prefer the walk from St Andrew Station. And this is King Street West I'm on. And although I would normally walk west over to John Street and then head south down to the Dome, I think for this occasion I'll walk over to Blue Jays Way. And I've heard that around the Dome, Blue Jays Way, Navy Wharf, and Bremner have all been closed to traffic. And I think once I get to the stadium, I'll just walk around the property and we'll take a look at the pre-game festivities. And I think the first pitch is at 7:10 p.m., so that's in 55 minutes from now. So there should still be a fair number of people lingering around the stadium. Although attendance is limited to just 15,000. And the stadium is just over in that direction. There's another Jays jersey. And just up ahead at John Street, on the southeast corner, there's a hot dog vendor, or at least there normally is, that I've typically gone to before Jays games. I picked up a hot dog and a drink, and by the time I get to the stadium, that's all done. But it doesn't seem to be there. Still, even with the limited capacity and the fact that there's no real tourism industry right now except for other Canadians coming to Toronto, there's still going to be a bit of a boost to bars, restaurants, and hotels in the area. And there's where that hot dog vendor I would normally frequent would be. So this is King and John. And just off to the south there, you can see a number of people pouring into the stadium. So that's a good sign. And you know what? I said I was going to walk over to Blue Jays Way, but I'm a bit torn right now. Here's Restaurant Row on King. I'm thinking John Street might be the more interesting route. All right, let's head down John to the stadium. And once there, I'll just do a lap of the property. There's a look north up John. There's a large group of people right behind me. I just thought I would let them pass. And it looks like they're all heading to the game. So the next major street off to the west is Blue Jays Way. And it got that name back in January of '93 after the Blue Jays had won their first World Series. They ended up winning back-to-back championships. When the Raptors won their championship a few years ago, part of Bremner Boulevard got renamed as Raptors Way. And I'm willing to bet we never will see that Maple Leaf Way name appear on any of the city streets. The current team, I think, is 51-48, and they're about 4.5 games back of the wild card. And tonight they'll be playing the Kansas City Royals, who are 45-56. And that is the SkyDome off in the distance. That opened up back in 1989. Thank you. And the stadium was rather unfortunately renamed in 2005, but I don't know anyone who actually calls it by its official name, so we'll just stick with SkyDome. And that Boston Pizza is usually a pretty busy pregame spot. And here is Front Street. So just off to the east there is Union Station, and I'm sure there'll be a number of fans who decided to get off at Union and walk along Front here. But they could also take the Skywalk or head south out of Union and take Bremner Boulevard. And it's been a long time since I've seen this much activity around the dome.
Everybody loves BJ's, man. Let's go, BJ's!
I think there might be some drinking going on tonight. There's a look at the rail tracks. A number of people here would have taken the GO train in. It's a commuter rail train that serves the suburbs.
Any after ball tickets?
That guy is looking for tickets. So I'm going to walk around the perimeter of the stadium here.
Welcome to Rogers Center, home of your Toronto Blue Jays. Tonight, the Blue Jays return home to open a 3-game weekend series against the Kansas City Royals.
I'm just fidgeting with my camera here.
You'll receive a home mask. At your seat, you'll find a home Blue Jays t-shirt presented by TV. Make sure you read your seat at 6:45 for our pre-game ceremony as we welcome our Blue Jays home. For the safety of all fans, Please maintain 6 feet apart while in line to enter the ball park. Please be advised, all games will require a mask on.
Harper was such a dick.
Get a pretty neat view of the South Core area from here. There's a lineup to get into the CN Tower. And Ripley's Aquarium. So I heard that Bremner Boulevard around the dome was closed to traffic. I mentioned the stadium opened back in 1989, and I was there at the first ever series, including the first game where it rained and they had to close the roof. Oh, here's where the Blue Jays have a DJ set up. All right, hopefully this doesn't get picked up as a copyright by YouTube. I'll just keep talking my way through it, and hopefully I'll be able to drown it out. But this is a neat site. Here's where you'd enter to Gate 5. And there's Bremner Boulevard just off ahead there. So this would be probably the main route that people would be walking over here from Union Station along Bremner. You can see all the people pouring in. All right, I'll just walk around the stadium now. Maybe I'll head back down Bremner in that direction. And that is Sweet Child O' Mine. All right, let's see if I can get out of this area. And there is the controversial statue of Ted Rogers. Why put one of the all-time Blue Jay greats when you can put a telecommunications mogul in front of the stadium? A lot of baseball fans think that statue was in rather poor taste, and I would agree. That could very easily be a Joe Carter or a Dave Stieb, or one of the all-time great Jays. Not a guy who bought the stadium for a fraction of what we paid to build it.
This is the new dog bear airplane. As long as you got.
So even though they've closed off Bremner, I'm not really sure this was necessary. No one seems to be utilizing it as a pedestrian. So this is the west side of the stadium, so I'll walk north up and past the hotel. So this would be the third base side. There's some new Concord Attics condos going up. And they have much more reserved DJ on this side, it sounds like. I remember coming here for a game not too long ago and seeing Kevin Pillar ride by, and I think he was on an electric scooter. That was several hours before game time because it was a jersey giveaway. So now I'm heading up around where the old Renaissance Hotel was, and it is now the Marriott. And you can get a room there with a view of the field. But I think that costs around $2,000 or $3,000 just for one night. So it's quite the novelty. Remember, once a year my grandparents used to get a room overlooking the field as a treat for themselves. And they would invite us to watch the game with them. And we ran into Juan Guzman in the stadium. I think he was, along with a number of players back then, staying at the hotel. Toronto didn't have condos on every square inch back then. So it's back to the north end of the stadium. Sportsnet Grill. I remember when the restaurants in center field were called Windows and the Hard Rock Cafe. And one thing you don't see that you normally would see, especially in the summertime, are jerseys for the opposing team. I guess with all the travel limitations, it doesn't make sense for a family from Kansas City to fly in to catch a few games over the weekend.
This is the new dog bear airplane. As long as you got.
Oh, I hear a train. There goes a GO train. Heading out from Union. I'm not sure which line it will be on. guessing based on where it is, probably the lakeshore line. So that'll be heading over to Exhibition Stadium. Or Exhibition Stadium, that's the stadium that the Blue Jays opened up playing at back in 1977. I meant to say the Exhibition Go Stop. There is no in-person ticket sales. All right, I'm gonna head down to Bremner.
Please be advised, all fans will require a mask upon entry to the stadium. Masks must be worn at all times. Please ensure
At all times?
and ready as you approach the entry.
What if you have food?
All fans entering Rogers Center will be required to
So if this area looks familiar, you're not crazy. I was here not too long ago. Let's go down this way since we've already been down the other way. And this way I can avoid that DJ and his tunes. There's a look back at the Toronto SkyDome, which got its name after a Name the Stadium contest back in 1989. And the person who won it got free tickets for life to every event at the Dome. I'm not sure the status of that now. And the Toronto Blue Jays themselves were the product of a Name the Team contest. The popular name back then was to go with the Blues. That's the same name as the University of Toronto's varsity sports teams. And someone had submitted the Blue Jays. Here's the Canada sign, which is kind of a mini version of the Toronto sign. The obligatory look up the tower. So I heard the PA announcer mention that there is a ceremony at 6:45. There's Roundhouse Park and the rec room. They would be back open. Again, with only 15,000 fans, there's not exactly going to be throngs of people heading into the stadium, but looks like they had no problem selling all 15,000 of those tickets, and I imagine that'll be the case for the rest of the year. I have not seen him in a while. there's ScotiaBank Arena off in the distance. And that last bit of Bremner Boulevard was renamed Raptors Way. So here's Lower Simcoe and Bremner. There's a big crowd of Jays fans waiting across.
He's probably getting like 5K.
There's some restaurants and bars on the other side of the street, and I've never been to this place, Soko Kitchen and Bar. There's Hoops. They have a new location moving in up at Young and College, where their older location was, and then it got replaced by a condo development, and now it's moving back in. And coming up is York Street, and here's where Bremner Boulevard turns into Raptors Way. I think I'll end this walk right in front of ScotiaBank Arena. And then I will grab some food. It's a matter of what do I want to eat. I do have my live streaming gear with me. I'm also contemplating recording another video tonight. Tomorrow night I'll be at home watching MMA. There's a UFC card and then a much better Bellator card. So if you're into MMA, Saturday night. I don't know if I'll have this video up before then. But it's shaping up to be a pretty good night for that sport. I think the Jays will be playing in the afternoon probably. I didn't check the schedule.
Same thing, maybe?
So from the Rogers Center to ScotiaBank Arena. The other major stadium would be BMO Field, where the Argos and FC play. But that is over at Exhibition Place. And there's the look back to the west. There's a neat reflection of the CN Tower on the side of that office tower there. This area is known as Maple Leaf Square. Or if you're a Raptors fan, it's Jurassic Park. All right, I hope you enjoyed this game day walk for the first game in almost 2 years back in the city. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there are links to my Patreon in the description, as well as YouTube channel membership. And that is a look west along Bremner. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.